Hey there. I know there is a good chance that if someone told you to look how far you've come, your first instinct would be to argue with them. Your attention would go straight to what is still unfinished, the goals that remain out of reach, the habits that still slip through your hands, the parts of yourself you are still learning how to live with, the life you thought would look different by now. That is what makes this phrase so easy to dismiss. We are often taught to measure ourselves by what is missing, not by what has already been carried. So the distance we have traveled becomes invisible to us the moment it starts to feel familiar. But familiar is not the same as small. What once felt unbearable may now be something you can name without shaking. What once consumed your whole mind may now only visit you occasionally. What once took every ounce of strength may now be part of your history instead of your present. That is not nothing. That is change. And change is often quieter than we expect. It does not always arrive with a clear before and after. More often, it shows up in the way you answer a hard question differently than you used to, in the way you pause before reacting, in the way you no longer abandon yourself the moment things become difficult, in the way you have learned, slowly and imperfectly, how to keep going without becoming hard. That kind of growth is easy to overlook because it does not announce itself. It does not ask for attention. It simply reshapes you from the inside out. Maybe you are not where you hoped to be yet. That may be true, but it is also true that you are not where you started. There were fears you once lived under that no longer have the same power over you. There were boundaries you could not imagine setting that now feel necessary. There were losses you thought would break you completely, and yet here you are, still able to feel, still able to care, still able to begin again. That matters more than people often realize.
I think one of the hardest things about being human is that endurance can look ordinary from the outside. Some days, the most meaningful thing you did was simply remain. You got through the day. You answered what needed answering. You carried what had to be carried. You did not always do it gracefully, but you did it. And sometimes that is the whole truth of survival. So before you rush past your own story, pause for a moment and look honestly at the person you were when this chapter began. What did they not know yet? What were they afraid of? What did they believe they would never survive? Then look at the person here now, still imperfect, still learning, still carrying questions, but also steadier, wiser, more aware of what matters, more capable of meeting life without disappearing inside it. That is not a small thing. So tonight, let yourself tell the truth without shrinking it. You have not been standing still. You have been becoming. And even if the road ahead is still long, that does not erase the distance already behind you. Look how far you've come, not because the journey is finished, but because it deserves to be seen while it is still unfolding.